guys, Ashlyn here with Minister for Happiness, and welcome to this week's Sunday story time. I hope you're all keeping well, and as always, well done for giving yourself this time and space to get a little story time in that's going to impart a lovely life lesson that you can take and apply in the weeks ahead. And this week's story, as always, is one that I came across a long time ago, but it's always lovely to rehash these stories, and they remind me as well of the things that I need to take on board for the week ahead. So this week's story is an old Hindu legend. According to an old Hindu legend, there was once a time when all human beings were gods. But they so abused their divinity that Brahma, the chief god, decided to take it away from them and to hide it where they could never find it. Where to hide their divinity was the question. So Brahma called a council of the gods to help him decide. "Let's bury it deep in the earth," they said. But Brahma answered, "No, that won't do, because humans will dig into the earth and eventually find it." Then the gods said, "Let's sink it to the deepest ocean." But Brahma said, "No, not there, for they will learn to dive into the ocean and they will find it." Then the gods said, "Let's take it to the top of the highest mountain and hide it there." But Brahma once again replied, "No, that will not do either, because they will eventually climb every mountain and once again take up their divinity." Then the gods gave up and said, "We do not know where to hide it, because it seems that there is no place on earth or in the sea that human beings will not eventually go." Brahma thought for a long time and then said, "Here is what we will do. We will hide their divinity deep in the center of their own being, for humans will never think to look there." All the gods agreed that this was the perfect hiding place, and the deed was done. And since that time, humans have been going up and down the earth, digging, diving, climbing, and exploring, searching for something that is already within themselves. And I think this is a wonderful little lesson for this week ahead. And at the moment, we all have a little bit more, well, most people have more time and space to just be. And I think in that we can discover an awful lot about ourselves and the solutions to our problems, the next course of action to take. And I think it's from a place of inspiration and creativity that we get the answers to what we're supposed to do in life. And in that stillness within ourselves, everything that we could ever imagine and want for our lives is there. And I think it's better to take inspired action than forced action. And let's embrace that in ourselves right now. Let's take this time and space to discover how to be our best selves, that God-like essence in all of us. And I think, the word God itself can be misused, but it's just that, part in us that is unique, that part in us that is, has massive potential, that has no limits, that is capable of achieving great things. And we all have that inside of us. So that's this week's little story for you. I hope you enjoyed it. But just as a little bonus this week, there was, and speaking of, being still and being creative, during the week I was attending a meditation online with a lovely lady called Peggy, who runs a meditation every Monday. And after the meditation, I myself had this inspiration to write something. And for those of you who don't know, I've written a few books now. One of them is on Amazon. It's called 21 Sleeps, and it's available to download or to purchase in paperback. And I do write songs and have done, since I was a kid. It's probably just part of my creativity. But I never would have considered myself a poet. But after the meditation Monday, I got this inspiration to write a poem, and I sat down, and in 10 minutes it just flowed out of me. So I would like to share it with you now as a little bonus this week. As well as the story, I'm giving you a poem. And the poem is called Back to Better. I hope you enjoy it. We have stepped away for a while to give you time to breathe. And while we're gone, we'll take this time to relearn how to be. We got caught up in all the noise and all the doing stuff, that we missed out on all the magic that was happening around us. The bird's song and the wind's tune, the rustling in the trees, the sunset and the sunrise, the blue skies and blue seas. The kind smile, the handshake, the warm loving embrace, the slight touch of a stranger's arm as we passed upon the street. The things we thought we had to do became our everything, and the joy of simply living became secondary. We stepped away to take this time to engage with where we are, to marry to the moment, because the next one isn't far. We must dedicate to now, for it's all there ever is. When we turn down all the noise of doing, it's then we really live. When we return, and we will, we won't go back to the norm. Instead, we'll come back to better, because we know the life is here and now. So I hope you enjoyed this week's story, and I hope you enjoyed my poem called Back to Better. Please like and share, as always, with these stories every week. If you think there's someone who might benefit from it, or just enjoy it, or it would be a nice distraction now for people to have some little happy life lesson in their week. Or if you know anyone who enjoys poetry, maybe you share that. Also, as I said earlier, my book 21 Sleeps is available on Amazon, so if you're looking for something that's light, easy reading and a bit positive to take your mind away from other things at the moment, then I would recommend it, obviously. And please like and share this, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get updates every week for story time. Until next week, stay healthy, stay well and stay happy.